think we're going to go ahead and get started. So, thank you for joining me today. Today we're doing a webinar called Creating a Roadmap for Success with the CodeHS Georgia courses and pathways. So, I'm assuming all the teachers here in attendance are Georgia teachers or admin. And we're really going to focus on the courses that we have available, the Georgia plan, the standards that Georgia has, and then what pathways we recommend within that. So if you would like to follow along today, I'm going to grab this link for you. Actually, I opened that up. Let's see if I can grab it out of here. It is not working. Let me just type it in. So it is codehs.com/GA roadmap. So you can follow along with the slides today. All right. So moving on, I am Leanne Grant. I'm a PD specialist here at CodeHS, and I'm going to be walking you through those Georgia courses and the pathways today. I would love for you guys to be able to introduce yourself if you would like to. What you can do is you can, in the chat, you can tell me what your name is, what do you teach, have you used CodeHS before, maybe what specific Georgia courses you've used or haven't used, what's your experience with CodeHS, what do you hope to get from this session today, anything that you really would like to share. You don't have to put everything, it's just kind of an idea. Gives you an idea of what we're looking for. So I'd love to get to know you as well if you would like to do that. Middle school. I taught middle school. I taught actually 6th through 12th grade at the school I was at. My middle school students honestly are my favorite students. And I taught computer science at the middle school level, and I love how engaged they get. Absolutely love middle school grades. All right. If there's anybody else that would like to participate, you can go ahead and you can continue to do that. We do have an agenda, kind of what we're looking at today. I'm gonna drop this link. Oh, and it's not letting it there. Let's do this. I'm gonna drop the link in there again in case there's anybody that has joined since then. These are our slides for today. So we're first of all going to really go over the Georgia pathways. I'm gonna look at some state-specific courses. We're going to look at computer science across the K-12, like the whole pathway. Creating and customizing courses, we're going to talk about that a little bit, and then I'm going to give you some more Georgia computer science resources as well. We don't have to use the Q&A today, so I'm going to skip this. If you do have questions, just go ahead and put them into the chat. If you do not have a CodeHS account, I would love for you to go to CodeHS/signup and join an account. This is a free teacher account. If you don't have an account and you are just signing up, we do ask that you use a teacher email or a school email, because we do manually verify everyone that joins as teachers, just to make sure that you're not students. So with the free access, the free account, you have access to all of our curriculum for free as well as a teacher. All right, so if you're not familiar with us, just a little bit about us really quick is that CodeHS, we really are a comprehensive platform. What that means is that we have a full K through 12 curriculum. It's fully web-based. We offer both online and offline professional development, and all the curriculum that you receive is free. We do have a pro version for some pro teacher accounts as well, that you can subscribe to, you can get accounts for. What that does is it gives you some more teacher tools and resources, but all of the full curriculum is available for free. As part of our platform, we have amazing instant feedback and submission systems, which comes with the free curriculum. We have extensive grading and tracking tools for teachers. Most of them are the pro version. And then it is, like I said, all web-based. Very, very few of our courses actually require downloads or plugins. For our main curriculum, we do not, though. All right, thank you for putting that in also. Welcome, Maxine. All right, so let's dive in and talk about computer science in Georgia. So we're going to look at the pathways first. Before we do that, I want to give you a quote. So it says, due to the nature of the discipline and its prolific growth, computer science is becoming the bridge between career technology and agriculture education, or CTAE, and academic pathways. So this quote was taken from the computer science plan document that Georgia created. And I'm going to drop for you the link in the chat here. This is not a new document. Okay, so back in 2019, Governor Kemp signed a bill that required all high schools to phase in computer science classes by this 2024-25 school year. So Georgia has been making a huge push in developing computer science programs, and we at CodeHS have created an ongoing initiative in developing courses to meet the needs of the Georgia programs. So the plan, again, this is another slide, and it just shows that it is by the DOE. It's a landscape and a picture for a state plan for Georgia computer science. Another resource I have for you is understanding the school or district-wide approach. So I'm going to drop this link in here. What this link is, and it's kind of cool, and I did go in and play with this, is, let me see if I can click on it and it will go. There we go. So what this is this brings you to the Georgia DOE site, and it does talk about standards for computer science. And it has a computer science data dashboard here. And on the data dashboard, there's a couple different views that you can see the pathways by district. You can look at gender information, race and ethnicity information. You can look at the different courses and the total enrollment here, but this is great information. And then this is also where you're going to find the grade band pages and the resources for each grade level in computer science here. Okay. I'll go back to my slides. So on the Georgia site here, I'm going to drop this link in for you as well. There are different clusters. Okay, so computer science specifically is living under the IT cluster. Okay, and within that, let me see if I can click on this link and I will show you exactly what I'm talking about. So we have the computer science, and it is all under the information technology or the IT. Now there's a lot of different pathways within the IT, and they all are CTAE, I'm sorry, or CTE clusters. And what that means is that we have some courses for some pathways. We have pathways that are specifically aligned to the Georgia pathways, and I'm going to get into that here in just a second. And then we have some odds and ends courses that you can use within these different pathways as well. So we also have a Georgia guide. So this guide is not again not a new guide. It came out when we started to develop the Georgia pathways. But what we've done is CodeHS is aligned to Georgia's 5 through 12 CS academic standards and fully aligned to courses in Georgia's high school computer science pathway and Georgia's web development pathway. Okay, so what I'm going to show you what that means here now. So what that means is that in that computer science pathway and web development pathway, There are 3 courses in each that are required as part of that pathway. And we have fully aligned, 100% aligned our courses for IST, Computer Science Principles or APCSP, and then AP Computer Science, which is our Java course for that computer science pathway. We have all 3 of those courses. In the web development pathway, we have IST again, the Computer Science AP or Computer Science Principle or APCSP, and APCSP is what we offer. And then we also have web development course. Okay, so those are the 2 pathways within the Georgia IT pathway that we are fully aligned to 100%. So within that Georgia IT web development pathway, there are 4 courses. Okay, we are aligned to all 3, and then at the very end there is a mobile apps, which is optional, and we actually have a mobile apps course as well. So that's the IT, the web development one. The other one is the computer science, and the optional course for that one at the 12th grade is data structures in C++, and we do offer that as well. So if you do have a student that starts off in 9th grade taking IST, moves into computer science principles, which is our AP CSP course, and then APCSA, their 11th grade year, they can go on to that C++ their senior year. Sorry, I'm gonna apologize. My mouse is very, very touchy, and even if I touch it, it keeps moving on to the next or onto the next slide. See, it did it again. So this is what it looks like here when we have our 5 through 12 computer science pathway. We actually have expanded on that and created a K through 12 pathway. All right, so our K through 5 is our computer science courses. So they learn block-based coding, they build their digital literacy across a lot of the elementary pathway. And it's designed for schools have a designated computer science teacher who meets with students on a weekly basis. Where we are really looking at is that middle school and high school today. And so the middle school pathways is the middle school with 3 fully aligned courses. So at the 6th grade level, Georgia Foundations of Computer Programming. The 7th grade level is Georgia Foundations of Interactive Design. And then the 8th grade level is Georgia Foundations of Secure Information Systems. Then we move on to those high school pathways, and the 2 pathways that I showed you already, the computer science and the web development, are the ones that we are fully aligned to for Georgia. Looking a little bit more in depth at the middle school. So this is our pathway for Georgia middle school students. The sequence of these 3 courses can actually be in any order. So it doesn't have to go that you have to do this one in 6th, 7th, and 8th. And there really aren't any prerequisites for any of the courses, but here, this is one recommended pathway that you can use at the 6th, 7th, and 8th grade level, and the one that I'm going to be going over during this webinar, okay? All 3 of these courses are designed to be taught in a 9-week rotation in 45-minute daily classes. So it is a quarter course, 45 minutes a day. So if you don't have them daily and you have them weekly, you can adjust then from there on as well. When we're looking at the Georgia pathways and Georgia computer science courses specifically, I would recommend bookmarking this page. So I'm going to drop this in the link for you. What this is it brings us to our Georgia state page, okay? And this is all the resources available for Georgia teachers all in one spot. It has links to the comprehensive state plan, but we're going to break down all of these resources throughout the webinar, but it's just really a good landing page. One thing to highlight is that all the CodeHS curriculum available for free to teachers and their students, like I said, we do have a pro plan. The pro plan includes full lesson plans, advanced grading, and class management tools. But this webinar really is going to focus on all the all the features that are available on the free plan. And then you'll find the Georgia courses, a sample Georgia pathway on here. This is the pathway that I just showed you. So if you click on this Georgia pathway, it will bring you to that page, and then you can scroll between the 2 and you can see that the courses change here. We only do have one middle school and one recommended elementary. And then as you go down, you can see all of the courses, or you can explore the Georgia course catalog. Excuse me, the Georgia course catalog. If I was to click on this link here, oh, it is not working. It deprecated. Oh, yep, it is. It's thinking. Sorry. What this does is it just filtered by state automatically, and then you can see the courses here. We have the tag for the middle school level, how many contact hours, it's a quarter, and then it'll go through all of the information, which I'm going to go through all of the courses here in just a second. And you can see that we do have all of these. We do have the old IDT course in here still as well. It is something that's still able to be offered, but we have Georgia Foundations of Artificial Intelligence as well as something, and then the Georgia Computer Science Principles, which I said is based off of our AP-CSP courses. Okay. So if you click on any of the courses, you can look at their syllabus here. You can explore the course. I'm just going to go to IST and just so you can see more. So if I go to learn more, I can view my syllabus, and what the syllabus does is it's going to break it down. It says it's 1 year or 160 hours, gives a brief overview, the programming environment, and what they're going to learn, and then it breaks down each module or unit, what you might call unit, and then the approximate time that each one is going to take. Actually, let me zoom in here so you guys can actually see this. And then it talks about the objectives or the topics covered, and then some example assignments that are in each unit. And then it goes on to the next module or unit and gives the same information. Okay. So that's the syllabus. And from there, you also can explore the course. If I wanted to look at the course overview, I can see what each module is, just a brief description. I can look at some demo programs and run some demo programs in here. I can see how many lessons and videos and exercises and everything is available. There's also a couple different demo programs here, some more course, and then we also have the standards, which you can see that we are 100% aligned to Georgia standards here for this one. Okay. Okay. Let's keep going. So on that state page as well, one of the things that I wanted to show you, oh, I should have gone back here. Let me click on it again. On the state page and not in the course, one of the things I also wanted to show you is the standards. So we have our courses. It talks about also our courses are available in Spanish as well. But here's our standards framework. So you can see Georgia 6 through 8, we are about 61% aligned, but with each course, we are a specific aligned. So the Georgia Foundations of Computer Programming, we are about 97%. The Georgia Foundations of Secure Information Systems, we're at 100% aligned. And these do get updated regularly. Georgia Web Design is not 100%, but we do have Georgia Assessment for Certification of Educators, the Georgia Introduction, so the IDT. We have our Foundations of Interactive Design, Computer Science Principles, IST, Artificial Intelligence, the Web Design, IHT are all 100% aligned. And then the other ones are not technically 100% aligned. But if I was to click into something here and select maybe another course, I can say, okay, for this specific one that maybe it doesn't cover, I can go in and I can say, I need something to fulfill that standard, and I can add that into my course if needed as well. Okay, because you can select by the other game design courses that we have here as well. And that's how you can start to add the standards. All right, so let's take a little bit of a deep dive into the CodeHS course catalog. So this first course that I talked about is the Foundations of Computer Programming. This is our middle school course. I am going to drop some links to you guys. So I'm going to give you the overview and the syllabus, okay? You don't have to click on these. They are in the catalog if you would like, but it is something that you're able to look at. So this course specifically provides students with an exploratory foundation in computer programming. Students complete hands-on activities and they really helped build a strong foundation in coding. They learn employability skills and discover possibilities like career options in the IT area. Okay. And the course starts with either Python or Tracy graphics, depending on which one you choose. Okay. So it is starts with Python or Tracy graphics. I'm not saying choose which one. That's what it starts with. It starts in Python. So 40 contact order hours or a quarter, and it is available as elementary or in Spanish as well. The next one we have is Foundations of Secure Information Systems. So let me get those links for you here. This course is really a foundation of information systems, networking, and cybersecurity. Okay, so it's really integrated. It has a lot of activities, and students learn about employability skills again, and they're also researching the possible career options in the IT. So, really, this one covers a lot of, like I said, the digital literacy and cybersecurity. Okay, and that is in our middle school pathway as well. Again, 40 contact hours or a quarter, like 9 weeks. Our last middle school course is the Foundations of Interactive Design. So for this one here, again, this one is 33 contact hours, so it's a little bit shorter than the other ones. It is still a quarter. It's a exploratory foundation in design and development at this point. So it's a little bit, it's websites and games focused. Again, there's lots of activities, employability skills, career options, but this one really focuses on the intro to web design, JavaScript for game design portions of the course. So instead of the Python route, we're going JavaScript and going web design, we're going HTML. And then that's when you get into like the P5 Play library, those kind of things using JavaScript as well for game design. Does anybody have any questions about our middle school curriculum? Feel free to drop anything in the chat if you would like. All right, let's move on to our high school. So the first course in our high school curriculum is IST, so the Introduction to Software Technology. It is the basis for both of our recommended pathways here at CodeHS. Here's the overview and the syllabus for that one. This course is a foundational course. It is designed for high school students to understand, communicate, and adapt to the digital world. It helps them to figure out how the digital world impacts their personal life, society, and really in the business world. It includes JavaScript, so it starts with Carol the dog. It goes over computing basics, operating systems and software, IT, and there's an IT professional project as well. And then it goes over web design and web development then. The foundation course is in computer science pathway, game design, Internet of Things, programming, web development, and web and digital design. So that's a foundational course in all of those. The next one we have is our IHT, which is our Intro to Hardware Technology. Now, this is also the beginning of a couple pathways in the IT world or IT what I want to say cluster as well. So this one is particularly in the cybersecurity pathway and the networking pathway. So we do have this course available for them. The course teaches foundational concepts about hardware technology, networking, cybersecurity, information support, and services. So it is 140 contact hours, just like IST. It is a full year course starting for high school students. Then we have our Georgia Computer Science Principles, and for some reason I forgot to put the links in for this one, so I apologize. But this course introduces students to the foundational concept of computer science and programming in JavaScript, and with a unique focus of creative problem solving and real world applications. If you do want to find this information, it is in the course catalog. If I was to go here and scroll down to Georgia Computer Science Principles, again at the top, all I did was filter by state here, okay? And then just scroll down to Computer Science Principles here as well. Okay, so you can view the units and view the syllabus from there. Again, that one is 125 contact hours. It is recommended for 10th and 11th grade, so it's not an introductory, it's not like a ninth grade class, because you would really want them to do that IST probably before this one. And then again, it's available in Spanish. All right, so the next one we have is Georgia Web Development. So Georgia Web Development is a high school course, 11th and 12th grade again after the IST, 145 contact hours and or a year. It is available in Spanish as well. This course is intended to teach students the fundamentals of web development and really a project-based environment. And students are taught then the basic elements of web development, such as web hosting, file organization, and incorporating JavaScript into HTML files. So it goes a little bit beyond just a regular web design course. Web development gets really into the back end part, web development, hosting, file organization, those kind of things. For the Georgia Foundations of Artificial Intelligence, this is again 145 contact hours or a year. It is available in Spanish. It teaches really important programming foundational concepts that enable the use of AI in computer science in society at a large. And so they really learn, students are going to learn about the implications of AI and on society, and really develop a series of projects that illustrate the variety of ways that AI can be used and optimize and predict information. And so it is very, very hands-on and project-based. It's a very cool course if you want to check it out. It is in the course catalog as well. So let's check out the course catalog. Okay. So what I want to do here is I want to take a minute to have you explore. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to explore the course in the Georgia Pathways. So you can go to any of the links that I did. So you can go to the course catalog, whatever you are here. But definitely if you're going to the course catalog and you're not just looking at the Pathways page, make sure you filter by state for Georgia here. And then I want you to check out the different courses that we have. Maybe select one that you have not taught before. Look at the syllabus, look at the units that are available, click on learn more. I'm going to click on the artificial intelligence one so I can see what is available in here. And you can see that, I mean, we're still learning programming and it is still a Python based course. But what we're doing is we're talking about AI and we're integrating AI into maybe analyzation of data. And then for the project, we're creating chatbots and things. So it is a very, very cool course, like I said, but look at the syllabus, explore the courses. Once you explore one course, I would love for you to give me one thing in the chat that maybe the course that you reviewed, maybe it's something that why haven't you taught it, or why maybe you want to teach it based on some of the information that is here. You can talk about the pathways. Just give me something to say that, hey, you know what? I took this time and I was able to look over some of the stuff and I found some cool information. So just let me know what you guys found and maybe something you find interesting out of the standards, out of the courses, whatever it is. Give you a couple minutes before we move on. Let's take about 3 minutes. Probably I'll give you guys about 3 minutes to look through some stuff. If you're not familiar with our course catalog, if you are logged in If you go to each of these topics here across the top, and you go to the course catalog app, or if you obviously, if I gave you that link here a little bit ago as well. You guys have any questions in the meantime? Questions about anything that you find or comments? Go ahead and throw those into the chat. Maybe just a little bit more time. All right. What would you guys like to share about what you found? Maybe what course you explored? Just go ahead and put any information in the chat. Oh, the second bullet point, I guess I didn't even point that out, is that as a teacher, you're able to enroll in any courses as well. So if I wanted to enroll in this artificial intelligence course for Georgia as a student, it's not going to be graded by a teacher, but it will go through the course and I'm able to go through all the information as a student versus a teacher. And so you are able to enroll in any of them as well. I am not seeing any comments, so, okay. FCP, so is that? I'm not familiar, so, okay, Foundations of Computer Programming at the middle school level, okay, Christy. Okay, yes, we do have other webinars, not Georgia specific, but what you can do is go to codehs.com. I'm going to give you our webinar. I'm in charge of all the webinars that we do, all the free webinars that we do here at this at CodeHS. And so 2024 webinars is the name, is the link. So if you go to HTTPS, I'm typing it in right now. That link right there will take you to our YouTube channel. Our YouTube channel hosts all of, I upload, this one will be on the YouTube channel afterwards as well. But by going to that, you can look specifically, you're gonna look for the Getting Started at CodeHS webinars. What that will do is it'll take you through as a teacher to learn the basics of, okay, this is what the IDE is, this is what it looks like from a student's perspective, this is what it looks like from a teacher's perspective. This is how I assign things out to students, or if you're using Google, you can actually roster them through Google Classroom if you use that in the classroom. So, and then there's also a deeper dive into CodeHS that I did as well. But those two webinars are particularly what you would be looking for. The other option we have is our knowledge base. And so let me get to that. Let me get you a link here. It is knowledge base. So when you are in the platform across the top here, mine looks a little bit different, but you'll have a toolbox. And when you go to the toolbox here across the top, you should under resources and then see support here on the bottom. And if you go to knowledge base, what this does is it brings you to a part of our site that is a whole bunch of articles that we have created. There's demo videos, there is links to webinars, there are images, there's everything. So this is the first part, like how to set up your CodeHS classroom so your students can begin today. This is the very first one by default. You can see there's 66 articles in here. And so you can go through and you can say, okay, I'm going to be using CodeHS for in-person learning. How do I engage my students? How do I prepare for the first day? This is a quick start navigation guide for teachers. There's a lot of things in here that you can just view right off the bat. So if I want to prepare for my first day, when I open this up, it says, how do I set up my teacher account? Check out the curriculum, which you guys already know. And then how do I set up courses or sections for me? And then there's a demo video here, and then your first day with your students and more resources. I mean, you can go through a rabbit hole of these articles. Honestly, there is so much information for you, and this is all free as well. We guide you through absolutely everything. So you have the option of the knowledge base, or you have the option of going in and watching those webinars on our YouTube channel. Are there any other questions or comments about what you guys were able to explore? You're welcome. All right, let's keep going. So I'm going to talk about CS again across K-12 and vertical alignment. So a lot of times what happens in the elementary is not always conveyed to middle school, which is not always conveyed to the high school. High school teachers don't necessarily always know what the middle school is offering for computer science, or what they've already learned. And so they get to the high school level and they're like, oh, you already know this, or oh, you don't know this. And so when we talk about vertical alignment, it's really important to consider that computer science education looks like in your specific district. And so it's going to be different for everybody. But building interest, and really the younger that we start introducing students to computer science, the more opportunity for success is created. So it's important when thinking about engaging students who have traditionally been excluded from fields like computer science. So this part of a strategy is to combat bias in computer science and make room for representation of all perspectives and voices. So what does it look like? You really need to know what computer science look like at your grade level, at your school level, and at your district level to be able to really have a cohesive vertical alignment. So when you are creating vertical alignment or even speaking with other schools about it, you need to consider the Georgia CS pathways when building these district programs. So it may be you as a teacher just reaching out to the high school teachers and saying, hey, what do you start with, or what do you do? Or if it's offered in elementary, saying, hey, what are you guys covering? Are you using this? What are you actually teaching them? And so, like, I'm not going to give you guys a link. We already did the link again, but we do have those K through 12 pathways that you are able to show them then on the Georgia site that I shared with you. So I want to ask you this really quick. Do you anticipate, or have you experienced barriers or challenges in implementing computer science in your grade level, in your school, or in your district? And then maybe, or have you found strategies that you've helped your students transition into your classes? If anybody would like to answer either of those questions, I would love to hear your responses. Have you run into any barriers, or do you anticipate any barriers in implementing computer science at your school? Maybe your grade level, your school, maybe it's a district thing. Or have you found any strategies that you've helped your students transition into your classes, maybe from other schools or other districts or other grade levels? Give you guys just a little bit. I just want to see if anybody's going to respond here. I'm gonna take a drink. All right, I'm not seeing any responses, so I will continue to go on because we are going to be only about 15 minutes out from wrapping up. But if you do come up with anything here, feel free to put it in the chat and we'll just stop and we'll go over that. No issues whatsoever. All right, so I did add this part in here, and it's not something that we definitely have to go over, but I kind of wanted to show you, and I'm not going to show you in the platform, but I wanted to put it in the slides here for you that if you haven't used CodeHS before, this is how you would create a course. So the very first thing you're going to do is click on courses in the left-hand side menu, and it is under the assignments topic here on the left-hand side. And you're going to go to the courses app, and then across the top, you're going to create course. Okay. So what is the difference between a course and a section? Our course is our curriculum. It's kind of like the textbook that you're using for your courses, for your students, right? Your section then is your individual class. And so I have first period might be my first section, fourth period might be my second section. Okay, so what you do is you create your curriculum in a course and customize it in a course, and then you create sections of that course to be able to teach the content to the students. The sections are where your students live. Okay, so when you're going to create a course, you're going to choose a name for your course first. And then you're going to choose a template or start from scratch. Because we have these Georgia courses, you are able to choose a course from the template, and then you're able to search for the Georgia course specifically, or you can start one from scratch and pull from here and here and here. That's completely up to you. If you are using CodeHS for the first time, I definitely recommend using the template to begin with. And then as you get more comfortable, either with the content or with the curriculum that we have, then you can start to create your own courses from scratch. So what actually happens here is you go to courses, and then, well, this one's a little bit of an older view, but it looks the same. So you're going to add course, you're going to name your course here, and then you're going to choose from a template or start from scratch. Okay, and then what that does is that you have now created that course, and these are all my courses. You have now created that course with that name. Okay, so from there, you can also create a course from the course catalog. Okay, and then you create a section. So like I said, your section is where your students live. So you would click on sections in the left-hand menu, and then new section across the top, or create new section on the right. There's two options here. So because we have a button over here on the right-hand side that you can do it from as well. And then you would choose a name for your section. So this time it's most likely, like I said, going to be a class period. So instead of it being web development course, I'm going to call it first period web dev, or you could just call it first period if you wanted to, whatever you wanted to do. For me, in the middle school level where I saw students every 9 weeks, I would do A, B, C, and D. And so I'd say first period A, first period B, first period C, and first period D, that I would have those 4 9-week things. So I would be able to keep them separate, okay, and know which section was which when I was going back in to look at information. Then from there, you're going to choose one of three options. You're going to choose from a course that you already created. So if you already created that course, that's fine. You can select a full CodeHS course. Maybe you hadn't created that course and hadn't customized anything yet. You can just go ahead and make a section of any of the Georgia courses, or you can start from scratch again and just create an empty course from there. We have a lot of different options. How we manage our sections is you click on manage across the top. So when you are in your section, you would click on roster over here on the left-hand side and then click on manage. And what that's going to do is you're able to see the student first name and last name, their email address and username. Whether there's a student ID, you can change their password if they get logged out or whatever, and then you can also change their course from English here, or you might see that this student is a Spanish. This is the only student then that would have availability to the Spanish curriculum. Okay. Now our coding is not in Spanish and our videos are not in Spanish. Our videos have captions, so subtitles, but our slides and all the directions and everything that they would see would all be in Spanish. Okay. But that's how you would manage your students across the top. Also, enrolling students, if you're on the roster page across the top, you go to invite and you can just drop this link to them. Or when you're creating the section, you have the option of rostering them through Google Classroom as well. Okay. So a little bit, I'm not going to go over the customization too much. I'm going to just tell you what is available. So we are able to reorder the modules or the units. Maybe you want one before another, you don't like where it is in the course. All you have to do is go to edit over there on the right hand side and you can move them what order they are around. You're able to remove content from the course. Okay, when you do remove content, it does go away from all your sections. Okay, so whatever you do at the course level, moving things around or doing this is at the course level, so it'll apply to all of your sections. You can add assignments. So maybe you want to add supplemental material. You want to search for content from another course. But at the very bottom, there's also a lot of times a supplemental materials area where you can add in specific things. Maybe students need a little bit more help in a certain area or you want them to practice in a certain area. You can add from another course if you would like to. So you can add assignment content from another course, or you can create your own content. So you can add your own modules if you would like to. You can add your own lessons, and then you can add your own activities as well. You also can fork quizzes, and what this means is that you make a copy of a quiz and you can edit it. And you can also do this with most assignments as well. So I did tell you I wanted to give you a couple more resources. So the first one I want to tell you is we do have a the GACE CS prep course. If you are interested, it is a comprehensive online development for Georgia assessments for the certification of educators computer science. So that's what Georgia assessments for the certification of educators computer science. That's what GACE CS is. So if you have anybody or you know anybody that's interested in a prep course, it's about 55 hours. It is 100% aligned. If you have a copy of the slides, there is a link here to our flyer as well, and it gives a little bit of information about the prep course that we have available. We also have some other links. I gave you some of these already. That there's that IT cluster, there's the guide, there's the Georgia page there, that CS plan that I shared with you, the GACE course, and then if you want to learn more about CodeHS and our pro version, you can click on that very last link there as well. Okay, so these are going to be in the slides and I will follow up with the slides for you guys, the slides and the video with you guys too. Other resources, if you want to become more involved with CodeHS itself, you can always become a CodeHS certified educator. You can earn CodeHS micro-credentials. We have a CodeHS Facebook educators group, and then you can follow us on social media as well. I would love for you to take this survey for me. I'm going to go back here. What this survey will do is kind of give me an idea of how well I did today in this webinar. And I love feedback. Um, we would love to know what else we could have added, or what you would want to learn more about in the future as well. And then the last link I will give you is the CodeHS attendance link. What this will do is it will give you a certification, um, a certificate of completion. When you click on this link, you should receive an email after the webinar that will direct you to a certificate, so you guys can have this saying you attended today. We have a lot more uh webinars. Not all of them are Georgia, but we do have a couple other specific Georgia webinars coming up. So tomorrow I'm hosting a webinar called Getting Started Teaching with Web Development. We do have some new regular, not Georgia specific AI courses that we're going to do a course launch tomorrow as well. We have a couple other course launches coming out this week, but next week we have Preparing to Teach IST and IHT. And then on the 23rd next week, we have Computer Science in Rural Georgia Schools webinar as well. Okay. So I want to thank you guys. If you want to learn more about CodeHS, you have that link, that pro link. If you have any other questions, you can, I'm just going to drop that link in there too. You can always click on that to learn more how to bring CodeHS to your school or your district. If you want pro, whatever it is that we can do for you, you will be connected with an account executive, and what they'll do is they'll get in touch with you and just see what else we can do, or what we can do to make your time with CodeHS better. So I wanted to thank you guys today. Is there any questions before we kind of wrap up? We're only a couple minutes early, so that's not really that bad. Do you guys have any questions for me? Go ahead and put them in the chat if you guys do. What I'll do is I'll say thank you for attending. I hope you guys had a great webinar, and I will hang out for about another 5 minutes for you guys if you have any questions. All right. Thank you. Bye, guys.